Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited to dive into the latest release of the Ohio River Jack from Traditional Pocket Knives. And let me tell you, it's back with a bang. This knife has seen some fantastic improvements, and I can't wait to share all the details with you. First off, let's talk about the blade. The new Ohio River Jack features a hollow ground S90V blade. Unlike the original full flat ground M390 blade, this blade is not only visually stunning with its beautiful belt satin finish, but also offers exceptional cutting performance. S90V is known for its superior edge retention and corrosion resistance, making it a top choice for a slip joint and knife enthusiast. With a blade length of 2.9 inches and a thickness of 0.118 inches, it strikes a perfect balance between utility and portability. One of the standout improvements is the long double-sided nail pulls. They now sport a crisp, unchamfered edge, allowing for easier operation when you need a pinch and pull. My preferred means to open it. If I can't pinch to pull, I'm usually not going to carry it. And let's not overlook the added swedge up top. This not only enhances the aesthetics, but also improves the overall functionality of the knife, thinning out that tip, making it great for precision cuts. Adding to the ergonomic design is the jimping along the blade spine, which provides a solid grip during use, something you did not see on the original. This attention to detail shows the thought process behind the knife's design. You also have a much improved sharpening choil, as you see there, unlike on the original where I think I got one sharpening before it starts to flare. I love to see that, being that I sharpen my knives regularly. I think it's time to see how this hollow ground spear point blade performs. Yeah, I was really excited to start doing the testing on this one because the original Ohio River Jack performed really well, and it wasn't as thinly ground as this one, because this one has a hollow grind that comes down a little bit thinner. It just depends on if you like full flat grinds or hollow grinds. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm all about performance, and this one seems to be performing very well so far. Plus, you have the upgraded S90V over M390, and I love me some S90V, especially with a nice toothy edge on it. After I finish this review, I'll probably sharpen it up, put a 400, 600 grit edge, something like that, and strop it up. I love the ergos on this one. You got a pretty much broomstick style handle. It's nice and contoured. I'm able to get a lot of force into this wood. It's nice and comfortable, no hot spots whatsoever. You don't have any pocket clips to worry about. That's one good thing about a slip joint that doesn't have a clip. It's usually a lot more comfortable. Now to the 1/2 inch sisal rope. Now this sisal rope, if you've been watching my videos this last week, it has glue in it, some hard glue in certain spots. So, I'm hoping I don't hit too many with this one. I think, if I recall, I hit 2 or 3 spots. It didn't seem to mess up the edge. It's hard for me to tell while I'm doing the cutting. But being that you have that slight bit of belly toward that tip, makes it very easy to do these type of cuts. You got a good bit of cutting edge to do just about anything you want. This is going to be a very versatile blade. You'll probably see after this test, whenever I'm getting that tip down onto the cutting board to do the leather, it's very easy to get that tip down because of the low tip that this one has. Probably one of my favorite blade shapes, these spear points like this, kind of like the pin shaped blades. I just love them. They're very versatile. You got enough straight edge to do in-hand cuts easy, and you still have a pretty robust tip. I mean, it's not going to be overly thick, but especially you don't want that on a slip joint. So yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I did run into some of that hard glue that's in the sisal rope. I'm guessing they put that on there to hold the rope together. I've had it a long time ago. I think was it last year that happened to me. It can definitely wreck an edge. It's very hard. See, there you go. I'm getting that tip down. That's one thing I love about the low tips like that. Like a high tip drop point, you can't really do that without going 90 degrees. and nothing really gave any trouble. It blasted through all the material. You know, sometimes hollow grinds will give me a problem with that dense corner cardboard, but this one's high enough that I did not notice any resistance whenever it hit that full flat. But yeah, outstanding job, never lost its edge, and even if I did hit the glue, it did not seem to bother the edge at all. So A++ for this one. It was a joy to test. Moving on to the handle. The jig titanium is a nice, beautiful touch. The closed length is 3.75 inches and the open length is 6.65 inches, which makes it compact enough for everyday carry. The rounded pivot screw is a smart design choice for easier access, gives you more depth to that pivot head, and your flat body screws blend seamlessly with the overall design, maintaining that sleek look. You have single fluted, double-ended faux bolsters, titanium frame, contouring on those scales, making it nice and comfortable in the hand. I love the fact that it kept all the hardware Torx T8, so if you do need to take it apart for some reason, you don't have to swap drivers. It's a much easier affair. Plus, T8 don't seem to strip as fast as T6 do. You have a nice half stop, and you're flush in the half stop position. And your back spring is flush and seamless. I cannot feel the transition at all. Very nicely done. Don't know if I said it earlier, but the OEM to this is QSP Knives, and they seem to do a fantastic job. My blade is centered right down the middle, and you got fantastic blade to handle ratio. Fitting as much blade as you possibly can into the handle. Now, being that it's an all titanium handle, and there's no internal milling, and you have the stainless steel spring, it's going to be a little bit heavier than, say, something a little bit slimmer, but still coming in at 3.7 ounces. I think that's a-okay. Pull strength on this one is around a 7 out of 10. Nice, positive walk and talk. This knife is not just about looks. It's built to perform with an HRC of 59 to 61, which means durability you can rely on. Now for some quick size comparisons. It's about identical in length to the QSP Hedgehog, and it's a little bit longer than the Surge Knives Slip 7. Very similar in size to the Benchmade Proper and the Line Steel Roundhead. And it's a little bit shorter than the Jack Wolf Vampire Jack, and it's very similar in overall length as the Jack Wolf Javelina. And it's a little bit longer than both the Victorinox Pioneer and the Real Steel Barlow. And lastly, it's a little bit bigger than both the Case Mini Copperlock and the Case Sidebuster Jr. Any nitpicks and complaints? I gotta be honest, he fixed everything that I nitpicked about on the last one. Only thing, I guess, if I'm gonna be very, very nitpicky, is instead of this wider, aggressive jimping, fine cut jimping would have been fantastic. That way, it does the same exact job, and it's not overly aggressive. Now, this is probably going to be perfect for most people. My hands aren't like most people, so, you know, it just kind of messes with the neuropathy in my hands when I put my finger up there. Not the biggest deal because I can kind of overshoot it, and I do a lot of cuts in the hammer grip. And lastly, I'm glad that they put a bigger sharpening choil, but it would have been even better if they would have brought the plunge grind all the way back here. That way you have all this to sharpen. Now you still have to about right here before it'll start to thicken up on you, because that's where the plunge grind comes down. So I'd say that several sharpenings, unless you reprofile the edge big time or something. Overall, I'm incredibly impressed with the Ohio River Jack's comeback. It's clear that the designer has taken feedback seriously and has made some thoughtful improvements. If you're in the market for a high quality, stylish EDC knife that's ready to work, this is definitely worth your time. I definitely think these are priced very, very well with your premium titanium and that beautiful jig pattern there. That's a lot of machining. The excellent geometry on this hollow ground spear point blade. S90V steel is an excellent, excellent premium steel. And these go for $185. I think that is insane. I think it's a fantastic value for all the premium stuff you're getting on this knife. So if you're interested in this one, I will have it linked down in the description. It will be an affiliate link, so if you want to help support what I do here on this channel, it helps me pay for my testing materials. I can't thank you enough. If not, no sweat. Thank you all for your support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And what's your favorite slip joint? Until next time, keep those blades sharp Smile more.